This is a free download from the BBC. For more information, go to bbc.co.uk/podcasts.
Hi podcasters, welcome to the Iain Lee BBC Three Counties Best of Weekly Podcast. There wasn't one last week, I was on holiday. Deal with it. This week is full of classic bants, laugh out loud moments, things that make you go, and some sad bits and some funny bits, lols, lots of lol. I'm filling here because where the hell is Catherine Boyle?
She's gone for a wee, innit?
Can you pretend to be her?
Yeah, okay, go on then.
Hey Catherine.
Hey up, Plum.
What did you think of this week's show?
Thought it was really dull.
What?
I thought it was really dull.
What could we have done to have made it better?
I think if you could have been someone else, that would have helped.
Well, OK, I'm a little bit surprised by that.
Are you surprised?
Yes, Catherine, I'm surprised.
What?
What's going on?
Oh, hello. Hey, Kath.
You doing my voice?
No?
No.
You're right, Catherine.
Hiya.
Quite hurtful, you know.
All right, well, you've turned up, so we might as well... I mean, we're not going to start again, but we'll carry on.
OK, well, this is where it gets good, if you're listening now.
Here's the starting jingle of the podcast bit. Wait.
Oh, just press it.
There it is.
Across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
So on Monday, it was the Kath and Iain Bank Holiday Bants Bonanza Bants Box. Banzai of Bants.
We did a show, it was Bank Holiday Monday.
It was lazy and slapdash.
Yeah.
From a jack to a king. Hey, let's see what Wally Webb's doing.
We should definitely play some music.
We should play some music. Now, I have got... Do we play it now or do we play it later when people are listening?
Play it later.
All right. I've got, Alice, what I think... All right, ABBA. Do you see the ABBA turn she did there?
I was looking at something for later.
But then you just turned your head in a really weird owl way. You do look like a wise owl.
Yeah, it was quite dramatic, wasn't it? Sorry.
You know, owls, in fact, all birds are covered with like a magic dust.
Feathers.
No, the feathers are... I've seen the feathers.
Magic dust that helps them fly.
Yeah, you know
I read
this.
that.
No, this is true.
Like in Hook.
Have you ever had a bird fly into a window?
Yes, last week, and it left an imprint of its face.
Yeah, with the magic...
Feathery imprint.
The magic dust. It leaves an imprint on glass.
Probably dirt, really.
It's not. They're covered... Honestly, I swear to God, if we've got any bird experts listening...
Or any birds.
Steady on, Catherine. It's 2014. We call them ladies. They are covered in a magic dust. Honestly, this dust doesn't help them fly, but it protects them.
One flew down our chimney once and was flying in our lounge.
Did it leave an imprint anywhere?
Well, it left dust and soot.
Dust.
But it came down a chimney, so...
Well, that's not relevant to the story then, mate.
Dirty.
With the greatest... Exactly.
But that's not... OK, so the dust is not more powerful than soot?
What?
I can't even begin to comprehend what that means.
If you're saying
She's been working on this show too long. She's coming up with rubbish like that.
If you're saying...
Stop hanging out with Kelly.
If you're saying that the dust...
Do you remember Kelly?
Kelly did a great one last week.
Go on.
Let her finish her dust thought.
OK, if they've got dust on them, magic flying dust or magic bird dust...
Yes, mate.
But they come down a chimney chute...
Yes.
Does that remove the dust?
No, it puts soot on top until you'd see the soot first.
So the dust becomes, you know...
I'm going to put her out of her misery.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Kelly was telling me about her Now album of her youth and said that she had a thing by Nelson Mandela on it. I said, is it a song about Nelson Mandela? I was reaching for some sort of sanity. Yeah. Then she went, no, it wasn't Nelson Mandela. Silly. It was Nelson Pickett's. And I said, do you mean Wilson Pickett? She went, yeah. And that was the end of that thought until she said, they were really good, weren't they? They were really good. And it turns out she meant Wilson Phillips. And then when she told me the song...
Oh, my God. Wow.
So that led to that kind of reaction from me for about half an hour.
Yeah.
And then she said, I said, what was the song? Was it that Hold On, Someday Somebody's Gonna Make... She went,
Hold on for one more day.
No, she said it was Chains. I went, well, that wasn't Wilson Phillips.
Who was that?
Tina Arena.
It's been 1 week since you looked at...
This is how the show starts on a Bantsy Bank Holiday Bants Bonanza Banzai Bants Box Monday, like this. Let me just explain what I was miming there, Alice. I've been loving Celebrity Big Brother this year. We don't need that, do we?
Across beds, hearts and bucks.
There we go. Celebrity Big Brother is brilliant, right? And I was miming Gary Busey, star of the Buddy Holly story, A Star Is Born, and Eye of the Tiger.
Point Break.
Drying himself with willful abandon. He don't give a monkeys.
I didn't think people really did that. I thought it was only strippers did that.
He's got the towel. He stood there naked. Towel at the front, towel at the back.
Is that called reaming? That motion.
I am not.
You're the producer.
I didn't produce that.
Across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is Iain Lee.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
No, I stand by that.
Let's not stand by that. Do you know people are listening now with their typewriters.
How do you describe that back and forth motion?
With their typewriters and their pens are ready. And even though no one ever really listens on bank holidays, let's be honest, they don't.
I barely listened.
Dave Luton still managed to call in. I still wound him up about coming from Luton when his surname's... That's amazing, isn't it? His last name is Luton, and he comes from Luton, and his middle name is From.
It's like Joey Essex.
I wonder if he moved to Stevenage, would he change his name to Steve Luton? Anyway, this was his call. Dave is Luton!
Dave from Luton.
Hello, Dave Luton. Is it? I always think it's funny that your last name is Luton and you live in Luton.
Like Joey Essex?
No, it's Dave from Luton.
Like Elizabeth Windsor?
Oh, yeah. I hear you're going to change the programme over between 6 and 9 in the mornings.
We might. Would you have a problem with that, Dave Luton?
No, all I want to know, who's going to be the presenter? We'll keep you, Kelly, Kelly and Catherine, Catherine.
Yeah.
But who's going to be the presenter?
Do you mind?
You?
Yeah.
Or
No.
Colin Berry?
Or you?
James Whale? Yeah. James Whale?
James Whale.
Justin Dealey?
Justin Dealey.
Yeah. Who's going to be the presenter?
I don't know. Who is?
No, you tell me.
Well, you've thought about it.
Well,
Who do you want?
It's not going to be the boss, is it?
Who's the boss?
Bossy Boots. Who's there now? Come on, am I talking to myself again? God. Oh, here we go. Here we go again. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Hello? Do-do-do-do-do. 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 Well, are we going to change these programmes in the morning? Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Oh, dear Oprah. I can't talk properly. Do-do-do-do. Could you stay at Greece? Do-do-do-do-do. Oh, dear Oprah. Do-do-do-do. Can you play that fully on? And again. Oh, I want you to singing. Oh, dear Oprah. Back, Kelly.
Hello?
Even Catherine's going like it now. Do-do-do-do-do.
Hello?
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 Oh, have we got... No. Oh, dear, this is... I can hear my voice coming through on this phone.
I can hear your voice and it's very loud. It's deafening me.
Well, he done something at that studios. Oh, dear, right. Do-do-do-do-do. Justine, where are you? Dennis, can you come back again, please? Da, 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 da. You really got me going. You really got me going. All the time. Da, 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 da. He's a dipstick, isn't he? Da, 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 da.
Come here, give me a big cuddle.
Oh. Who's that, Dennis?
I don't do a programme about Adolf Hitler.
Actor.
Come here, give me a big cuddle. Having a gecko on your head, for me, is just wrong.
This programme is a hell mess.
I'm now in the urinal section.
We in all over the presenter. Yeah. Hell mess. Yes, a hell mess. Tough, mate. No. Did. Hell mess. Da 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 da. Come on, dipstick, come through it. Oh, you wait till I talk to you again, Catherine. Da 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 da. Okay. Hands up. I'll see you tomorrow.
You'll hear that exact thing, but from Tuesday's show on this podcast again in a bit. We were all back to normal on Tuesday and decided to play it straight. So we have decided, Catherine Boyle and myself, and Kelly Betts, you should be involved in this scheme, plan, plot, thing, project, idea. We have decided that we get... Sometimes this show gets criticism from people who think it's childish. It's not what a local BBC radio breakfast show should be. Some people like Darren Blunt on Twitter think that I'm an idiot and I should be sacked because I go... Blah, 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 blah.
But then Dennis said it was not childish enough. Yeah. So, I mean, we're caught between a rock and a hard place, aren't we?
You said hard place. But...
See...
But what we're going to do, in about a month's time, because it'll take a bit of planning, is we are going to do a proper... local BBC radio breakfast show. Yeah. We're going to have all of the features and we're going to do it completely straight. Our tongues will be nowhere near our cheeks. I will not be winking or doing comic asides. It'll be a straight show. We'll have 2 stories every 15 minutes. We will have local authors. We'll have loads of local people coming in telling us their wonderful stories. And they are wonderful stories. They just don't normally fit in with this. But, Kels, you may have missed that. We're going to do, in about a month's time, we're going to do a proper BBC local radio breakfast show for a day.
Okay.
And it's going to be straight. We're going to have local authors coming in. We've got someone who's written a song about the mystery of the Abbots Langley Fire Brigade coming in to sing that. We'll be bigging up local charities.
It's a kind of let's see what you could have won show.
Yeah. And we'll be doing that straight. Just so that the critics can have a little listen to what an alternate timeline sounds like. And the detractors will hate it. No, hang on.
They'll love it.
So that's what we're going to do.
Cool.
So if you get any ideas, then let us know.
What day are you going to do it? I'll book it off.
Friday.
Pardon?
Wow.
Huh?
In fact, actually, that's not a bad idea.
Actually, yes.
Thank you. Yeah, it'll be a Friday in about a month's time, Friday in September. So, yeah, probably a good idea. Because you'll probably muff it up.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know if you can do it straight. Can you do it straight?
I don't think so.
Should we try and do it straight?
Okay, what, now?
Yeah.
Am I doing it straight now?
We'll all do it straight.
Okay.
Time check.
It's 7 minutes past 8. You're listening to Iain Lee on BBC Three Counties Radio. Coming up next, we'll be talking about a local charity that's trying to raise money for three-legged donkeys by having a bungee jump. Now, I've been asked to do this, and I'm going to go out and I'm going to go and do the bungee jump for donkeys. Kelly, you were telling me a story about how your partner once did a bungee jump. What happened?
It was my mum, and she did it topless.
You see?
No, but it's actually... That's a true story.
I know.
You know it's true, but
I don't want to hear about your mum getting a black eye.
She raised loads of money, and it was in Luton.
Mate, no, but even if that were true...
It is true.
Even if that were true, that's not appropriate for a BBC local radio breakfast show.
Okay, ask me again. I'll say a different answer. It was my mum who did the bungee jump. End of conversation.
No,
Did she
mate.
find it a thrill?
No. It's not
The
working.
audience did.
Right, OK. She should take a
She's not
Friday
gonna
off.
be
Yeah,
here,
OK,
yeah.
well, don't worry. We'll sort it all out. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Oh,
What?
I'm doing this again.
Should we just play the bit where we did it?
Might as well.
All right, knock, knock.
Who's there?
This bit.
This bit who?
Which bit? Which bit? You do it, Kath.
I'm not doing it.
So miserable. For some reason, we have a caller about Kath's splinter. Morning, Glenn.
Morning, Ian.
You called in about splinters, have you?
Yes, I have, yes.
Go on, what you got?
I think Kath should stop scratching her head.
Oh,
Yeah.
Glenn.
Thought you'd like that one.
Spontaneous round of applause, Glenn.
Belt up.
I can hear that.
Yeah. Well, Glenn, thank you very much indeed. You thought he was going to come on and he was going to kiss your backside, but it ain't.
I won't let him know.
Was it you who told me about blowing smoke?
Yes.
It's horrible, isn't it?
The Stewarts. If
What,
you
Patrick Stewart
drowned,
and his mum?
if you drowned in Stewart times, that's how they would revive you.
Stop. Stuart time.
Do you see what I'm dealing with?
He's right, though. What he's saying is, he's saying your head is made of wood, which is a physical impossibility. Oh, hey, Kath, come here. Let me give you a noogie.
A what?
A noogie.
A what?
You know what a noogie is, don't you, Kels?
Yeah. It's when you get your fist and you rub it on their head like this.
Yeah, a noogie. And I'm doing it on Kath's head now.
He's not. He's knocking the desk. He's knocking on the desk.
I'm going to knock.
He's a 41-year-old father of two.
Oh, I've got a joke.
Hang on, I'm just going to knock on Catherine's head. Kath, come here.
Say who's there.
Who's there?
Kath's head.
Kath's head who? Knock, knock. Who's there?
Kath's head.
Who?
No, just... Who's there?
Kath's head.
Kath's head who?
Who's there?
Kath's head.
Who? Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Kath's head who?
Kath's head.
Woodblock.
Yeah, you need to work on that one. It's,
Guys?
Who's there?
Kath?
Kath who?
Catherine Boyle, I've got a wooden head. That's why I've got a splinter in my finger.
Oh, no, I've got it.
Knock, knock.
No.
right. I sustained a serious injury, and you're laughing about my head.
Who's there?
It's not even
Kath's.
Kath's who?
No, Kath's head. It's better, isn't
Kath's... Oh, hang on. There must be a joke. Hang on a minute. Hang on.
There isn't.
There is.
There is.
You.
Oh.
Right.
Oh. It's like...
I'm out.
No.
I mean, knock, knock. I mean, who's there?
Kath would.
I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't.
Catherine,
especially after now.
Anybody? Because she's got a wooden head.
Oh. I was going to write an email.
Knock, knock.
Boss.
Who's there?
You can't make jokes like that anymore because people don't get jokes like
I'm
that.
not joking.
Oh.
Dear boss, you said 6 weeks.
Who's there? Kath who?
Kath's wooden.
Listen to the show.
Okay, I got one.
Okay.
8:30.
Knock, knock.
5 through 2. Well, it's going to be 8:40, isn't it? They're going to
Kath who?
Kath who? Wait, who's in the
Enough.
Right, I got it.
Is
Okay.
enough.
Who's there?
Knock, knock.
Please.
Who's there?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
No, knock, knock.
Who's there?
You say knock, knock
Put
who?
me back on news.
That's not what the
No,
joke
because I've got a
is.
new joke.
Okay.
Send.
Knock, knock.
Knock, knock who?
Who's there? No, you say... All right, so you...
Who's there?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
No, you say knock, knock.
Oh, sorry,
Who?
I've got it. Who's there?
Knock, knock.
Knock, knock who?
Knock, knock. On Kath's head, it made a wood. You all right, Catherine?
Yeah, fine.
Caroline's in Bedford. Good morning, Caroline.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, listen, here's a funny thing.
Oh, yeah.
Right, I thought, I'm sitting, well, actually, I'm getting out of the bath.
You're doing what?
Well, I was getting out of the bath, and I thought, I've not heard my favourite jingle all morning.
Oh, yeah.
And then it came on.
Which jingle's that?
If you hear a whisper, give us a shout.
If you hear a whisper, give us a shout.
Yeah.
Ian Lee.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's caused controversy, Caroline, because producer Catherine don't like it. But I think it's the one good thing from the reign of scoins.
I think it's fabulous. And it says exactly what it does on the tin.
Yeah.
No, it does exactly what it says on the tin.
It says something on the tin, and if you read it correctly, then you can do what that is in the tin.
Yes, that's right.
Well, have you heard a whisper? Can you give us a shout?
Yes.
Go on, then.
If you hear a whisper,
No.
give us a shout.
No. No. Have you actually heard a whisper that you are shouting about?
No.
Ah.
Sorry.
Do you listen to us in the bath?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh.
I know. Electrically, that's not correct.
No.
But I do.
I hope you wear something in the bath. I don't like the idea of naked people listening to me.
Why would you listen to something in the bath with something on?
Have you got clothes on now?
Not much.
Goodbye, Caroline. Thank you very much indeed. I didn't know we had deviants listening to the show. Naughty.
That's all we've got now.
Naughty. Thank you, Caroline. It's a very good call. And she likes, if you hear a whisper, give us a shout. She loves stuff like this.
Wagwan, if you hear a whisper, give us a shout.
See if she feels that way when she's got her clothes on.
Yeah, but it does make me uncomfortable knowing that there are naked people listening, men and women, all across beds, huts and bucks. I know. I wonder.
I never listen to the radio when it's Friends on with no clothes on. I couldn't.
The thing is, I know you mean that.
I would feel wrong.
That's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any friends who work in radio.
Yeah, not anymore, you don't.
We'll have her in the podcast. She was good, Kels.
Okay.
Speaking of good, here's the opposite. Dave. I love the fact that your last name is Luton. And you live in...
It's like Joey Essex.
Like Joey Essex, and yet you live in Luton. That is nuts. If you move to Stevenage, will you change your name to Steve Luton?
No, I said it. I'm Dave from Luton.
Yeah, and yet your name is Luton. Your name is Luton as well.
Oh, God, here we go again. Oh, when you do this Friday thing
if you
in a month's time...
If you move to Essex, will you change your name to David Essex? Or Steve Essex?
You're not allowed.
Catherine, Kelly, don't laugh because you encourage him to carry on, you know what I mean?
Oh, he is funny, though.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I'm a Dave Luton fan.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Kath.
You're welcome.
But it is weird that your surname is Luton and you're from Luton.
I think it's brilliant that his name is Luton. And
Excuse me. It's
like being called Terry Butcher and you're a butcher.
Yeah.
Are you going to listen to me this morning?
Or Frank Bruno and you're a boxer.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was a boxer's name, Frank Bruno.
Yeah, I'll box you in a minute. All right.
Or being Tony Killer and you're a killer.
Yeah, yeah.
Or being called Kelly Betts and you work in a betting shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave. Knock.
Yeah. Pardon?
Who's there?
Me.
Who?
Me.
Not today, thank you.
Oh, thanks, pal.
He wanted to talk about buckets.
Oh, go on then.
Ice buckets.
Yes, mate.
Let's hope there's a medical person can ring you up and tell you if this is dangerous or not. Because the tip... Hello? Oh, I've got off the air. If he does this on the Friday, in a month's time, I'll come down here and bonk him on the nose. Oh, it's no good coming on this radio. I'm going to BBC Northampton.
Chunky Muggy-licious.
Oh, here he goes. You can't talk sensible to this man.
Chunky Muggy-licious.
Justin, come back real, Catherine. Oh, dear.
Chunky Muggy-licious.
Oh, dear. 08459 455 555. Medical person, please ring up and tell us if Ice Bucket is a health hazard.
And you'll hear that exact thing, but from Thursday's show on this podcast again in a bit. In the meantime, I argue with a caller about the stop and search. Pat's in Houghton Regis. Good morning, Pat.
Good morning, Ian.
What you got for us, boss?
Well, we're in a heightened state of, alert in this country due to what's happening in other parts of the world.
Yep.
And we're trying to water down the stop and searches. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
How is stopping young black lads gonna, stop what's going on in Syria or Iraq?
Let's put it this way: if you got, as the news said last week, we got over 200 people come back from those war zones on our streets.
Yeah.
They've got family members that may have the same liking for what they've done.
Yeah.
And stop and searching, they may find the intelligence they need to stop further atrocities that may happen in this country.
But they probably won't. There are 63 million people in this country. Finding those 200 by stop and search, it's almost definitely not going to happen.
Well, it's not going to happen if you water it down and reduce the amount of stop and searches you do, is it? It's going to be less likely.
Do you think we should try and cut down on the number of paedophiles in this country?
Well, let's put it this way.
Do you think we should cut down on the number of paedophiles in this country?
Well, I think you should hang them, really.
OK, in that case, we should be stopping all white, middle-aged radio presenters after Jimmy Savile.
You know what? I have no objection for them stopping white, black, yellow, orange.
But they don't, and that's the argument, Pat. They don't. It's disproportionate the number of black people that they stop. Yet Jimmy Savile was one of the most prolific paedophiles in this country. So why aren't more white middle-aged people stopped and searched?
Well, let's put it in a nutshell here. We've got probably hundreds of thousands, if not millions, on our streets that shouldn't be here, that are illegal. How are the police able to sort out the illegal immigrants, which actually come from ethnic background?
But hang on a second. But Pat, answer the question I put to you.
Go on.
OK. Jimmy Savile was one of the most prolific paedophiles in this country, right?
Yeah.
So why don't we stop more white middle-aged men?
How do we know they're not?
Well, because the statistics say they're not. The statistics say they are disproportionately stopping young black men.
OK, and what do they say about the statistics on people committing criminality as to their background as well, or what proportion are coming from those ethnic backgrounds and what proportion?
I don't know. I'm assuming you have the figures.
Well, I did actually look at the figures about a year or so ago, and I also looked at a front page of a London newspaper, which I brought up last time.
Oh, yeah.
And it did say that, I think it was something like 150 or 160 come from the ethnic backgrounds that were causing the high criminality.
160 what?
160, well, black and Asians, I think it was, and there was only about 20 on their front pages that were put in prison. I can't remember the story exactly.
What was the crime? I don't know what the crime was you're talking about.
Well, they're talking about proportionality of crime committed by certain sections of the community in this country.
Pat, get those figures. I'm setting you more homework because you're good at homework.
No, you were not setting me up because.
Well, if you refuse it, but Pat, the figures you've given me don't make. I don't know what they don't make any sense out of context.
Well, you got reporters. I mean, change my mind on it. I'd like to.
Well, I've just said. Should we, so that's you're saying that more young black people do gun crime. I don't know if that's the case or not, but let's assume that's true. You still answered the point about stopping white middle-aged men to stop and search to see if they're paedophiles.
I don't mind them doing that.
But they don't. But Pat, that's the thing. They don't do it. They disproportionately stop black people.
Well, they should do it, but...
There we go, so we agree. Thank you. Phew, that was heated. It's not always like that. Sometimes it's classic bants.
It's all about where you live.
So people in Aylesbury Market Down today can hear the bell that's been ringing for 700 years.
The big tour of beds, hearts and bucks. BBC Three Counties Radio.
Kelly.
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Just imagine for a moment that you had lived in a village where a bell had been ringing for 700 years.
No way.
It'd do your nutting, wouldn't it?
It really would. After the first sort of 100 years, then you'd be thinking, oh, I wish it would stop.
The first 100 years would be fun. The second, third 100 years, I reckon, would be irritating. Probably the fourth 100 year, you'd grow to forget it and ignore it.
Yeah.
But years 500, 600, and 700 and beyond, it would grate on you.
Really, really. You'd have to play other sounds to cover up in your house.
I don't think I can ever go to Aylesbury again as a direct result of that flipping bell.
Wow.
When will it end? That's what I want to know. What you heard there was classic bants. 3 hours of that. 3 hours of classic bants. Morning, guys. Iain Lee, BBC Three Counties Radio. Boy, walking out this morning of my house, it was quite tropical. It was quite tropical, the heat this morning. Was it tropical where you were? No? Yes? Nah. I said tropical. I mean, it was wet and warm. The way I like it. Like my tea.
Across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
Kelly.
Yeah.
Kelly.
Yeah.
I'm going to do some classic bants with Kath.
OK.
Go on then.
Kath, imagine if you lived in a village. If you'd lived in a village and a bell had been ringing for 700 years.
Blimey, that'd be noisy.
Classic bants, guys. I love it. 3 hours of this rubbish. 3 hours!
We
We spoke about Trainspotting, not the overrated film, The Hobby. Turns out the first person who took up Trainspotting was a woman called Fanny Johnson. That sounds like the most made-up carry-on name in the world, doesn't it? Doesn't it, though, really? I wanted to speak to someone whose hobby was train spotting. Not just train spotting, any spotting, really. And do you know what? We had a call. Stephen Stevenage.
Hi, Ian. I thought I'd be the person to confess that I was a bus spotter once.
No, train spotting, I can sort of understand a little bit. Bus spotting, I don't get. What was the buzz of it?
Right, well, the weird thing was that when I went to senior school back in 73, everybody in my class seemed to get the bug of bus spotting. And I thought, well, what's all this about? And found that there were books you could buy, published by Ian Allen and Capital Transport.
Yeah.
And in them, they would list all of the buses in the London Transport, London Country area.
Yeah.
And so me and a group of mates would go out, perhaps at the weekends, we'd get a Red Rover or Green Rover, travel out as far as Luton. I lived in Edmonton at the time.
Yeah.
So I travelled.
So that was genuinely quite an epic journey for a young man.
Yes, that's right, because you'd have to get on about 3 or 4 buses to get there, you know, and you'd have to spend a whole day planning your routes and things like that, because you might get to Luton, but then you'd say, OK, how do I get from Luton to St Albans, and then to Hemel Hempstead, then out to Amersham, and then from Amersham you might say, OK, that's going to be about enough time for me to get back home again, sort of thing, you know.
Yeah.
So we'd do that.
And then when you got there, what would you do? You sat there with a pad and just wrote down what number plates?
No. My aim was to get into the bus garages. So Luton had a London Transport bus garage at the time, sort of thing. So I'd get into the bus garage and go round. You'd have to ask the foreman of the garage if you'd go round. Most times they said no, but on Sundays they tended to always say yes. So we learnt in the end to go out on Sundays and do this, and bank holidays.
Steve, what's the fun part of this?
The fun part, we'll get there. You take down all your numbers.
Sometimes you get the numbers wrong.
No. You're very careful in taking numbers down.
Yeah.
You then underline them in your book, sort of thing.
Why would you underline them?
Right, it's so that when you went back to class, you would then sort of compare with your mates as to whether you were the first to see all the buses of a different type. Because each bus in London Transport would have a different make and different letters. So you have RTs, RMs, the Route Master.
Yeah.
Steve?
RTLs, yeah.
Where's the fun part in this?
You see, now this is the thing. People say, well, what did you see in it? But it's the same as anybody collecting. You know, I don't know about you, Kath, but you might collect, I don't know, China ornaments or something like that.
She's got great knickknacks.
Actually, right, excellent. I might actually say, well, where do you find the fun in that? You know, and I think it's just a personal thing. They did align bus spotting and train spotting with the autism gene a few years ago.
So are you autistic?
No, but I am a little bit OCD.
Right.
Like things in order, and that's probably why I do the job.
It's funny because I did say earlier on, and it was slightly flippantly, but I was saying it with a grain of a weight of truth in there, that maybe some of these people who do this, the bus spotting and the train, that they are on a spectrum somewhere. That there might be a vague hint of I don't know, Asperger's or autism or something.
I think you're quite right there. I mean, there are some. I mean, I used to go out to some of the bus rallies, and you'd meet people that were clearly in that sort of spectrum. And
Steve, at what point did you decide to stop doing this and get a life?
Basically, I moved out of Edmonton to Hartford, and sort of really being an adult. You know, you sort of go out of your teenage years and you become an adult. I mean, I was a very healthy teenager. I had a long-term girlfriend.
That's interesting. You pick up on that bit. So you're telling me that sometimes you're not standing by the side of the road and a bus goes past and you don't reach for your pad?
No. I keep my bus spotting in balance. I mean, I still go to bus rallies. There was one in Finsbury Park a few weeks back.
What's a bus rally? Just loads of buses in Finsbury Park?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was one in Finsbury Park where there's, I think, about 200 route masters, because it's 60 years of the route master this year. And they're all lined up.
I'm still hearing from you, Steve, and I really appreciate your call. You've been very brave to call. Thank you. But I'm still hearing that there's still a little bit. You get there's still a passion for buses within you.
There is, because on that occasion, there was RM2 had been remodelled in its original guise, so it had been rebuilt, and everybody wanted to see it. I wanted to see it.
Well, not everyone.
Well, we're talking the RM2, Ian. We're not playing games here.
No, that's right.
Steve, are you married now? Have you got family?
I'm married. I haven't got family. Sadly, we weren't allowed, or couldn't have kids.
You weren't allowed? Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Steve.
They weren't allowed. But
what does your missus say? Is she just glad to get rid of you, or does she come along?
Sometimes she's come to bus rallies, but she tends to sit down at the coffee bar and sort of drink coffee.
Steve,
and
I can tell you something. That woman really loves you.
I know
really
she does. Well, she does, because on my 50th birthday, she hired a double-decker bus, an RTL, and got all of my friends to turn up, and we went for a ride down Hertfordshire.
Steve, you're a legend, mate.
Oh, I was going to get Steve going then.
No, did you hear it?
For my wedding, we had a vintage 1969 Wigan Corporation bus to take the relatives from the church to the do.
Steve,
I love that.
Steve is I love the way he'd say double-decker bus, then he'd specify what kind of bus it was, as if we'd know. As if we'd know.
Makes a difference.
Oh, Steve, thank you, mate. It was brave of him to call up and admit that, because, people do...
Do you know what? You don't have to justify your hobbies to anyone.
No.
It's just some hobbies I just don't get.
There's some people I don't get.
That doesn't make them not fascinating.
Well, some of them are quite dull. Dave Luton's on the line. Morning, Dave.
Morning.
I tell you what amazes me, Dave.
Yeah.
That your last name is Luton.
Oh,
and you live in Luton. That is nuts.
It's like Joey Essex, isn't it?
No.
Yeah. If you moved to Stevenage, would you change your name?
No,
to Steve Luton.
Listen, it's Dave from Luton.
So
okay,
your middle name is From as well. It just gets better and better.
Yeah. I'll get better with you in a minute. All right.
Oh, cheeky. Have you ever frexted?
No.
Oh, you sound really disappointed now.
No, I'm going to talk about train spotting. This is years ago.
Yep.
When I was a little boy.
Yep.
I was a train spotter.
Do you know what I love about this? Both of you have come on and to kind of say, yeah, I used to do it, but I'm over it now. I'll put it behind me.
Yeah, but there's a reason for that, Kath.
Why? Girls?
Well, because when I was train spotting, it was steam trains. It wasn't electric or diesel.
Yeah.
Well, steam trains was more interesting, and I used to go all over the country. Crewe, Wales, London. Hello, am I talking to myself again? Oh, dear. I heard this morning, Mr. Lee, that you want to make your name longer. Well, I've made it 100 names longer, but I can't say them on the radio. OK, pal. Oh, dear. I hate coming on this programme. Tough, mate. Yeah, the cat. Hell miss. Yeah. Do you think he's going to sleep on a snake? That's right, and David Attenborough told us on the television. That was it. Yeah, da-da-da-da-da. Oh, dear, oh, pray. I knew this was going to come on because it's going to come up to the traffic very soon. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Oh, I don't know what to do with this bloke. Well, I've got over 100 names for him. Hell mess. Yeah, it's a hell mess. I was going to ask you a question. But I can't now, can I? Edinburgh Tattoo. A soldier played a guitar, played a tune. Can anyone tell me what that tune was, please? No, not the flipping Beatles. Hello? Can anyone tell me what that tune was that man played and the bagpipes and the band, please? I think it was recorded by the Shadows. Do 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 do. No, not that. Not that dipstick. Dipstick. Not that. Oh, dear, oh, pray. Is the traffic news coming up? Oh, dear, dear, dear. Matt! No wonder you don't come on the radio no more. Bye-bye! Dipstick.
And these bits happened on Friday's show tomorrow.
If you hear a whisper, give us a shout.
An Aylesbury whisper shout! Yeah? JD's been pimping himself out in Aylesbury, and boy oh boy, has he got us some gold. Let me drag that to the whisper shout box. I'm tempted to play all of them. I've got about 30 now.
Please don't. Please don't play any.
There were two extremely good ones recorded in our favourite shake place.
I had my first ever pork pie yesterday.
Oh.
Who's doing that? Who's doing that? Are you doing that?
What am I doing?
Is that... Dealey, what are you doing? Is that you?
I'm not doing anything.
We can't do anything like that from in here.
Who did that?
Did you not play anything?
No, I did. Dealey. Dealey?
Do you know what?
He's taking control of the news booth.
I can see.
This is awful. This is the worst thing that can happen. Dealey's in the news booth.
That means
What a dirty man. Dealey's in the news booth.
So he's in control of what happens.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah, I can see the settings.
Horrible, dirty man.
Can you talk for a minute?
Oh no, he's running up the stairs.
Well.
Okay, so let's just explain what's happening. If
I had my first ever pork pie yesterday.
If you're in the news booth, they've taken control of the main radio station, and he's obviously clipped things of Iain and is playing them out. So whenever you hear Ian's voice, it's actually, we think, Justin Dealey playing out some clips.
Well, either that or Jane's gone rogue.
Jane's gone on strike. She's going to start playing these clips and then leave.
So anyway, welcome to BBC Three Counties Radio. It's 6:05 in the morning. You're
It
listening
is,
to the
yeah.
Kath and Kel show.
Yeah!
Yes! Hang on, I'll go next door.
Okay. Cass now going next door to drive the main desk. You might be able to hear her footsteps as she runs around. She's in the studio now. Here she is.
Right.
All right, Kath.
Okay. Why don't we play some, stuff?
Yeah, okay. Oh, Ian's back.
Oh. Rubbish.
I ran upstairs. I'm still out of breath. I ran upstairs and Dealey sat at his desk, miles away from the news booth. You all right, boss? What's wrong? Was there anything wrong? You sneaky little rat. Come on, baby, please release me, let me go. Come on, baby, please release me, let me go. Come on, baby. I'm not. What did you say?
Must you ruin the
No, I must not. I must improve.
You can't
Please
improve
release me. Come on,
It's already a
my
masterpiece.
baby now. It's not got the line, come on, my baby now. Please release me.
that? No, it's a different song.
Well, he should have it in there. Rhodes.
Why don't you at him on Twitter, at Rhodes Music?
Rhodes, give us a call, mate. I'll write you a song.
I don't think he needs
All right, Rhodes, a song. Who is he? Where can we buy that? Where can we hear more Kelly in 20 seconds?
RHODES.
Like the island.
Search it on Twitter and Facebook and you'll see him.
Nice
and
one.
his lovely
Excellent
music.
stuff. Thank you very much. That was lovely. Thank you very much. The reason I'm speeding on a bit is we've got a lot to
Come
cram in.
on, come on, release
me, baby. Come on, baby, please release me now. Come on, baby, please release me now. Yeah.
That, have you?
Huh?
You got time for that?
No, we haven't got time for that. You're right. We've only got 2 minutes.
Well
Justin,
said.
we're
Yes,
going to
boss.
talk to you about Freddie Flintoff in a second. But first of all, the new Doctor Who started at the weekend. I haven't seen it yet. That's my viewing this afternoon. I'm going to ignore the new piano that's arrived. I'm going to watch Doctor Who. You've been controversial. Some people not liking it. Some people loving it. You've taken it to the streets.
Yes, I've taken it to Aylesbury, the home of our big tour. I managed to go to Aylesbury and get out alive. It was an interesting afternoon. Peter Capaldi, the new Doctor Who. It was watched last weekend by 7.3 million people. It's back on BBC One tomorrow at 7:30 for his second episode as the new Doctor. So I've been asking people in Aylesbury, did Peter Capaldi do it for you? Here's what happened. Things.
Not too bad.
Peter Capaldi. Is he doing it for you?
Who?
No, I haven't got TV. Too much propaganda.
Oh? Who's that?
The new Doctor.
New Doctor?
Yeah.
Don't watch it.
What's your beef with Doctor Who? You seem to have one.
Doctor Who? I don't look at that.
What's your beef with Doctor Who? You seem to have quite an attitude about this programme.
Well, it's not my thing, is it? It's for the youngsters, I'm not into that.
I was only asking.
Oh.
From Iain Lee's Breakfast Show, guys, if you hear a whisper, give us a shout. Peter Capaldi. Is he working for you?
Is he working for me as the new Doctor Who?
Yeah.
I think his potential is really, really good. Yeah, I think he's going to be one of the better Doctor Who's.
Peter Capaldi, what do you think about him?
I'm not sure. No, I don't have a view on anything.
Peter Capaldi.
Pizza Papuli? What's that? Pizza? Yeah.
Pizza?
I don't know what you're on about, sorry.
No, Peter Capaldi.
Pizza Capaldi?
Peter Capaldi.
What's that?
He's an actor.
Oh, right, yeah, I don't know
He's
who
the
he
new
is.
Doctor Who.
Oh, right, yeah, well, I thought his performance was good, but, yeah, I didn't know who he was, obviously, so, yeah.
I don't know quite how he'd feel about being compared to a pizza, though.
Oh, no, I don't know if they would appreciate that or not, but...
Pass it on.
Yeah, please do, yeah.
Thanks, cheers.
Yeah, thank you.
Pizza Papali!
Sounds delicious.
That is brilliant. You got any more of that, Jazz?
Yes, some more reactions to come from Aylesbury after 8:30 when I'm threatened on the streets. All about Doctor Who.
You are almost forgiven for being an idiot earlier on and taking control. The most awkward thing about that interview with those two counsellors wasn't the fact that there was obviously tension between them. It's that they walked in as I was singing to Matt. That's what the most awkward thing was, Catherine. They walked in as I was singing to Matt.
Well, look, I don't know whether you've noticed this, but you are on the radio, so they've heard you do all kinds of things.
I've got a good voice. Haven't I, though?
Yeah, you really have. I think it needs to be worked on slightly, but it's there.
Yeah.
It's there. You've
breathing.
got it.
Give me a song and I'll sing it.
Oh.
I like it when you sing From a Jack to a King.
From a Jack to a King. I don't know that one.
That's in the tune of Puppy Love.
And they called it Puppy Love.
Wonder of You?
That's the wonder of you.
He is a versatile performer.
Huh?
Versatile performer.
I can do all the songs.
Yeah.
All the songs, all the styles.
What are you doing here? You should work in the clubs.
I just didn't get dealt the right hand.
Yeah, too old now as well.
Well, no, who's that old billionaire's wife that wants to be a pop singer? And she might get away with it because she's hot and she's got a half-decent voice. She's in the papers a lot. Guys? Beulah?
Well, find yourself a millionaire.
Yeah.
And be that wife.
My piano came last night at 9:25 as I was hanging up the jumpers I'd bravely tried to wash in the washing machine.
Oh.
Fingers crossed, guys. How are you supposed to dry jumpers flat? What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Dry flat? What, on a table? Let's have a wet table. It won't dry on a table. Anyway, I've washed the jumpers in the washing machine. I think I've ruined them. So the piano came last night.
9 o'clock. These musos really have no limits, do they?
Crazy. And it was, I thought it'd be like Laurel and Hardy. It wasn't. It was just Hardy was just delivering the piano on his own.
How did he do that?
It was amazing. He pulled a piano out of a van on his own. It was unbelievable. I think he may have damaged it. Certainly damaged my floor. Doesn't matter. I've got a piano, including the delivery. It cost me 650 quid. As it sat there, and as I heard the van drive away, I thought, what on earth have I bought a piano for? This is ridiculous. What a ridiculous waste of money. One of the kids won't be able to eat for a month now. I know which one. The least favourite.
What would you want, Matt?
It's unbelievable. So I've got a piano. I've got no idea what to do with it.
Well, how about playing it?
Well, I played the intro to Daydream Believer and Let It Be last night.
I'll pass that on.
And then after those 3 minutes had passed, I thought,
Okay.
what have I bought a piano for?
Have you got a candelabra?
No candelabra. I've got a stool.
Well, that's handy.
Yeah, sit on it, innit?
Can you play a piano?
No, well, no. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll record me playing the bits I can play this weekend.
Excellent.
We'll play it on Monday,
Yep.
and you can let me know whether it's worth... Does anyone want to buy a piano? Just, do you want to buy a piano?
No. A piano, as Chaz and Dave would call it.
Yeah, piano.
A piano. No, you're such a muppet, aren't you?
Oh. Yeah, OK.
Yesterday, giving it the big one. Yeah. I'm going to have a piano. Look at me. Yeah. You get the piano the next day, then all you do is moan.
I'm a classical pianist.
No, you're not.
So Martin Luton called in.
Oh, yeah.
Called back.
What did he want?
He said he thinks you should just close the show and go home.
No, I'm not a camping
So
fan.
that's where we part ways.
I'm
But
not
if
a big camper.
If you insist on that, then clear up after yourself.
Yeah, to clear up after yourself, Dave.
And shut the gates.
Shut your gate, Dave.
And don't worry the sheep.
Stop worrying the sheep. Put that away.
Oh, look, I'm not worrying the sheep. I'm looking at the birds here in the garden.
Oh, you deviant. Now, Dave, you've called in to play the Mystery Voice competition.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Who is this?
I like the mushy peas.
You.
Try again.
I like the mushy peas.
I don't know. Tell us.
Who?
I don't know. You tell us.
Well, no, I do know.
No,
you,
listen.
You,
I'm
no,
not-
no. Hang on.
No.
I do know. You guess.
dear.
I like the mushy peas.
I'll give you a clue.
Is it The Rock?
It's not The Rock. I'll give you here are clues, okay? He's an American man.
Oh no.
He
No,
was
that's
he
it.
was he was in inverted commas married to a woman.
I don't know.
He has a beard.
No, I don't know.
Okay, have a guess. Who is the voice?
I
No, I
like
don't
the
know.
mushy peas.
I don't know. Okay, pal. Oh, he's got off the blood. I'm going to swear here, but
I like the mushy peas.
I was going to ring up to ask if Catherine brought her musical instrument in, but she said no. Oh dear, he's off again.
I like the mushy peas.
This Freddie Flintstock, or whatever his name. We should all join charity organisations and get away with any crime we commit.
I like the mushy peas.
This country's law, justice, is an ass. Just like you. Just like you, Mr. Lee. You know what I mean? You're a silly ass. Hello? Oh, dear, oh, pray.
I like the mushy peas.
Oh, I know who that bloke is now. Harry Belafonte. Is that it? I like the messy peas.
I like the mushy peas.
What a hell mess this Three Counties radio is in now. A hell mess. Disgusting. No, 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 no.
I like the mushy peas.
No, 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 no. Oh, dear, oh, pray. Is it worth ringing up? There's Kelly mucking about as well.
I like the mushy peas.
But our lovely Catherine's so nice, you know what I mean? And that Justin, well, he's turned upon me as well.
Hello, Cheeky.
Hello.
Whoopee, it's the Jubilee.
I like the mushy peas.
Here comes Doctor Who and the Daleks.
I am a Dalek.
Exterminate the Dealy! Exterminate that Dealy!
Exterminate Lee first.
Dealy must be exterminated! This
Lee.
right, Dealy!
Very good.
Yeah, some fun with it.
Not the words I'd use to describe that.
Hey. Anyway, Just, you've been out and about, getting the word on the street as to what people think about Capaldi.
Yeah, Peter Capaldi, the new Doctor, his first appearance last weekend was watched by 7.3 million people. You think he's going to be a fantastic Doctor.
I'm going to watch
You've
it
said
today,
that
but
from day
I am
one.
very, very excited. Doctor Who just got serious again.
I mean, those 7 million people, are they going to be going back tomorrow? It's on BBC One at 7:30. A huge talking point amongst fans about Capaldi. So I've been in Aylesbury, the home of our big tour this week, asking people, does Peter Capaldi do it for you? Ian, here's what happened. Peter Capaldi, reaction on his first performance, sir?
Not a care. Don't really care.
What about Peter Capaldi, the new Doctor Who?
Who cares about Doctor Who? I don't care about Doctor Who.
You're about to offend thousands of people on our radio station. How does that make you feel?
I don't care.
How does that make you feel?
Just get out my face.
Yeah, I think he's good. Yeah, I think he's certainly gives it a bit more gravitas than the previous guys, and it seems to be going in quite an interesting direction. I think it'll be a bit darker. I just hope they can sort the writing out because it's all a bit confused at the moment. So yeah.
Here's a man with a Manchester United cap on. Sir, from Iain Lee's Breakfast Show, if you hear a whisper, give us a shout. Peter Capaldi. What did you make of Peter Capaldi last weekend?
I think he's a very, very, very good actor, so I think he'll do very well in the role. You know, I really do. You know, he's a class actor, you know. He's a proven artiste, you know. So...
Hey, guys, from Iain Lee's Breakfast Show, if you hear a whisper, give us a shout. Peter Capaldi, what do you think?
Yeah, Aylesbury's good, yeah.
No, Peter Capaldi.
Oh.
That's the new Doctor?
Yeah.
Any good?
I don't know.
Peter Capaldi, is he working for you?
No, I don't know. No.
He's the new Doctor?
My doctor is Dr. Kenton at Oakfield Road Surgery.
Yeah, Peter Capaldi's the new Doctor.
Ah, I see.
There you go. Obviously not very well received in Aylesbury. Not too many people know who he is, boss.
Gosh.
I know.
You really are. As Scott Bowks texted me earlier on, that was a Dealey masterclass.
All I do is take these things to the street. We never quite know what's going to happen. As I said, I felt kind of under threat yesterday in Aylesbury. It was...
Really? I need to go. I've not been there for such a long time. I need to go and have a little look.
It was an interesting atmosphere, as demonstrated by that first man there who told me to get out of his face.
But I often think the same thing when I'm talking to you, Just.
Yeah, but he said it in a nasty way. I felt quite hurt.
And that, dear listener, was the podcast. I'd like to thank the podcast producer, Kelly Betts.
Welcome.
Would you like to say anything to the listeners?
Thank you for downloading it.
And I'd like to speak to the show producer, Catherine Boyle.
Yes. Hey up.
Seriously now, get stuffed.
Awkwado. I don't know how to end it under these circumstances. It's unprecedented.
I think we just get stuffed.
OK, getting stuffed.
Thanks for listening to this free download from BBC Three Counties Radio, your local radio station for beds, hearts and bucks, on FM, AM, digital radio, and online at bbc.co.uk/3counties.